Hey everybody. We already have some videos on working with tables and images and how to edit and modify those, charts as well. I did want to go a little bit more in detail into how to caption things. Captions are very important when you're doing this type of writing. Every image or chart or graph you use should have a caption. This serves many purposes. One, it's to help the reader understand what they're looking at, and make sure they're on track and following you and they know what's going on. Also, to give credit for any borrowed images you use, that's essential. That's very important. You know how seriously I take that. um, and I noticed it's something that recurring throughout the semesters I've taught this. Students will caption images, but sometimes they're not always clear how to do it, or they're not clear how to use the available tools in Word to create nice captions. So, I could just type a sample caption under the photo, but the problem is Word's gonna, not recognize this as a caption. So if I have other text here, if I have sample text here, Word's gonna get confused. So sometimes, so Word can get confused. You just type it in there, but it doesn't necessarily look nice. It interferes with formatting. So I'm going to show you just a quick tutorial on actually how to use the Word tools at your disposal to create nice captions. So I've got this sample image here of my dog. Um, Everyone who, we get to the image editing week and we're looking at pictures of my dog. So I've clicked on the image. Um, and so this picture tool, we're not actually going to go into picture tools right now. We're going to go into references. We're going to insert caption. Now, I'm going to make this so this is great. So there's a blank for the caption here. You can see it says table 1 here. Um, I'm actually going to change this to a figure. Or I could make a new label and say photo, if I want to label this as a photo and not a figure. Now, normally we would just say figure, but say you did want to actually say photo, or say you were putting together an art book and you wanted to identify the image as a plate. You hit label, new label, plate. So it just created that, so we're just going to call it, we'll just go with the one we made for now. So now it's changed, you see, to plate 1. I'm going to insert my caption. And then you can choose whether you want it below or above the selected item. You can go either way. I happen to prefer it below. And I'm going to hit OK. And then we have this nice caption in there. And then we can do the same for our tables, and we can do the same thing for graphs too. So I've clicked on the table, and I'm in the references tab. I'm actually going to go right now I'm going to actually you can't actually right click. I could actually go into image and right click and insert caption, and it'll bring this back up. Doesn't actually work for a table, but I'm going to go insert caption, and this is a table, so I'm actually going to select table. It's important to identify things, as they are. So photos could be figures or plates or photos, but a table should be a table. An equation should be an equation. I'm going to have it, I'll have this one above, and you can see that's there. It's and what Word has done, it's kept it consistent. So Garamond is my default font, so it's actually kept my font, but it's just made it in a smaller size, and it's italicized it. You could actually highlight this and play around up here with other formatting if you really wanted to, but this is Words is very nice and clean and elegant. So I've gone and added another sample table, and I'm actually going to go and put it on. I'm going to insert a page break. I'm going to put this table on the second page. So now I've got a 2-page document. And then I'm going to start a new page, and I'm going to go back into references. And because I've used the captioning tool, Word has sort of kept track of the tables I've used. And it's also keeping track of the photo I used. But so I want to go, say I want at the end of my document to just have a table of say you had a document with a lot of charts and you wanted someone to be able to find which chart, which page each chart was on. So I'm going to go to Insert Table of Figures. And again, you can mess around with formatting a little bit. But this has page numbers right aligned. You obviously want to show page numbers. You can decide if you want to have dots or dashes or nothing. Um, Formatting is going to be from the general Word template, but you could also, um, the default is from the Word template. I'm actually just going to go with from the template to keep it consistent because this is my standard font I personally use. And then you have to decide. Now it's not going to, like I said, so we set up, separate tags for photo and plate. Um, so it's not going to just do all of your figures in one. You'd actually have to set up a different table or a different table of figures for each one. But since I've made two tables, I'm going to go with the table label. And see, now it's got each table and the title um, and the page numbers. So again, fairly straightforward. So that's one of the other benefits, not just that it'll help you create nice looking captions that are easy to fit in with your photos, but that if you did want to make a list of your tables or your plates, um, then you could definitely do that. It would populate very easily. And so it would just be fairly simple, not a whole lot of work for you. So I hope that makes sense. And please let me know if you have questions. Have a good week.